Forgiveness. No other word is associated with Christianity than this. It's also the hardest aspect of the faith to carry out. Love and forgive the person who wronged me? No thanks. They should be punished for what they did. Then on the other hand, there's people who say they do forgive others, but their actions prove otherwise. But what does active forgiveness look like? Today we are answering that question by talking about the most overlooked verse in one of the best-known Bible stories. Most people are familiar with the story of Adam and Eve. God creates the world and then creates the first man and woman to live on earth. There's just one catch. There's this tree of knowledge with some fruit hanging on it. Don't eat it. Sounds simple, right? But what happens? They eat it. They disobey God after listening to lies that fallen angel called the devil tells them. Sin gets introduced into the world and God's perfect creation gets separated from him. For this, Adam and Eve get kicked out of the Garden of Eden, and a fiery angel is set in place to make sure they never return. We've all heard this story before, but there's an aspect of it that truly shows the power of God's grace, a verse that's often overlooked. Do you know what God did to Adam and Eve before he banished them from the garden? He gave them clothes. Well, to put it bluntly, just like newborn babies, Adam and Eve were born into the world stark naked. So what did God do? He made clothes for them from animal skin. He provided for their needs. I want you to think about that for a moment. Adam and Eve had just committed arguably the worst sin in all of history, considering that it is the one sin that brought all sin into the world. You think God was happy about that? No. And Adam and Eve would suffer the consequences of this. He threw them out of the Garden of Eden. There was still punishment for their sin. There had to be. But God forgave them. Not only that, he blessed them. When someone does something wrong against you, do you forgive them? It can be easy to say, yeah, of course I forgive them. I just hope their life is misery and they get what's coming to them. But we're supposed to live in the image of God. We love to remember the punishing part of this story, don't we? God kicked them out of Eden and they lived a hard life until they died. Yeah, that's true. But God provided for them. He forgave them. He loved them, and he did it immediately. He didn't get angry, kick them out of the garden, and then mail them a gift a few years later once he got over it. He gave them these clothes right away. I have a challenge for you. Think of someone who wronged you. I bet whatever they did was far less extreme than ruining the perfect world God created like Adam and Eve did here. Do something actively nice for them. Give them a gift. Send them a card. Take them out to dinner, and you pay for it. It may be hard. Who am I kidding? It will be hard, but it'll be worth it. God wasn't vindictive and said, you two messed up, so go out there stark naked, figure it out without me. You didn't want me, so I don't want you. Nope, that's not what God did. He showed compassion for them. Do you do the same when someone wrongs you? Or do you just throw them out and say, bye-bye? There's also a bigger illustration here. How do you think God made those clothes for Adam and Eve? He didn't buy them from heaven's Walmart, I'll tell you that. He had to sacrifice an animal and make the clothes from its skin. We have an even greater forgiveness through the sacrifice of Jesus and his blood on the cross. That is the true power of God's forgiveness. Tune in next time to Tartan Truths. Until then, God bless you, everyone. So Adam and Eve ate the apple from the snake. God creates the world and then creates the first man and woman to live on earth. So God gave them clothes from the place with I forgot me word.